Yo, what's going on, guys, man? So today, man, we're gonna be working on SCY Jimm cropped out the picture.
Came a long way from the block, youngin' headed to the top. My mind is spinning, if you can't see the bigger picture, you getting cropped. These niggas waiting on me to flop, I'm already knowing this shit.
Shout out to SCY, man, he just got signed to Quality Control. Big moves, man, and shout out to his team for including me in what they got going on. More work definitely coming soon. We really just gonna get straight into it. Y'all just make sure y'all smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And y'all comment below and let me know that I snap on this mix. Alright, so this is the SCY Jimm cropped out the picture official session. You guys are looking at the official session. So yes, we did have beat stems for this, do some stuff to the hi-hats, which I'm gonna show you like what I did. I'm not really gonna go from like the before and after the sound. I'm just gonna kind of show you the full breakdown of the mix and like what we used and you know how we did it, right? All right, so you see SCY, man, he records pretty regular. He doesn't really do doubles. He does like a every other word, but he doesn't really double his vocals or anything like that, which I feel like that's why he gets such a clean mix. And I can tell just by looking at his waveforms and like how he was recorded properly. Wherever he was recording at, I could tell he was recording at a studio because it wasn't amateur, I could say, right? Now, when I first got the beat, you guys see right here, this was his example mix. Whatever they sent to me, that was their full mix when they said that this was done or whatever. And this was a 2-track instrumental that was sent to me at first. So pretty much after I did this mix on it, I think the producer wanted his beat to be mixed in also, like properly. So I went ahead and I'm gonna show you just like what I did to his certain sounds. Like, so his hi-hat. So for his hi-hats, I only put on this drum strip for this SSL, and I really only brightened them up by really 0.5% at 6K hertz, and I kept everything else the same on here. And I honestly didn't touch anything else with this plugin when it came to his hi-hats. All I really did was just make them brighter. I didn't really do anything extravagant, right? So, and honestly, for this whole beat, because this beat was pretty good, all I did was just use the SSL drum strip. So like even for this sound right here, I literally did the same thing but 0.1% at 6K hertz, and I just gave it some more brightness. That's all I did. That's all I did. And then just for his 808s, I did enhance his 808s probably just a little bit. Yeah, so you see I have everything else turned off, but I had the low frequency turned on at 56 hertz, and I turned it up by 10%, and I kept the drive at 5. And that's all I did. I like this drum strip. I kind of use it a lot when I'm mixing beats. I usually will use a transient shaper if I'm doing it like on a bus. It all really depends on how I'm using it, but this is like my all-in-one plugin that I could just go to and get everything done, enhance what I want with the frequencies, the drive, everything else that I need, right? And you even have a gate. So yeah, definitely try this plugin out. I'll rock with it for beats, to mix down my beats. And those were the only sounds that I really enhanced and touched. And then I did do some leveling, not on here, but on my bus here, on this beat bus. This is a beat bus pretty much. And on this beat bus, so this is from my automation effect that you guys can see right here. And guys, that's all I did. That's all I did with this beat. Like I tell y'all in my streams, you know, I do add beat cuts and I do a lot of effects for, I just say my clients that's up and coming, because usually that's what my clients like. But usually I'm gonna say like industry artists or artists that I think found their sound, they're not really looking for too many effects. What they're looking for is for their vocals to punch through the mix. You can hear every word and the beat is thumping. If you can hit all three of those with an industry artist, you're pretty much in there. I can honestly say I get paragraphs from upcoming artists on what they want me to do at a certain time, at a certain millisecond, a certain effect. It's the industry artist that says just do your thing. And I be feeling like, to be completely honest, those are my best mixes always, because one, they are properly recorded, and two, I have full control of the mix, so I can do whatever I want to do. And as you guys can see, I'm going to tell you or show you that it's really all in the clarity. That's all I worried about. It was on me to add little flavors of ear candy, which, you know, if you guys watched my shorts, you guys would see how I added some ear candy to this track, right? So yeah, let's just go on and let's just go about. So, you know, shout out to SCY. They let me put my tag on his record. I don't know if Quality Control is gonna approve of this in the future, but hopefully they do, right? Hopefully they do. All right, so for the vocals, right? Let's go ahead and start off with what we did for the vocals. So we actually went with the AMEC 9099. It's a BX console. Pretty much we just enhanced 11.15 kilohertz at only 2 dB, just because his recording was pretty good when it was set, so I wasn't doing too much enhancing with this vocal. At 436 we enhanced at 2.5. we did somewhat make it a bell. Same thing with this 276 hertz, we knocked it down by 0.8. really slight adjustments, guys, slight EQ, and I also kind of made that a bell. And then I did decrease about 1.9 of about 192 hertz, just went with my ear on that, to be completely honest. If you guys know me, how I use this AMEC, I always turn this limiter off and I do adjust my compression. So I'm only compression at like at plus 10 dB, ratio is at 8.1, and the attack is pretty fast at like 1 millisecond, and the release is pretty slow at 4 seconds. So simple compression, guys, simple compression. I did turn the hard neon for this record, and pretty much just amped it up by 1 dB just to turn it up, because it just wasn't hitting the way I wanted it to. Then we got a high pass frequency at 84, nothing crazy, this is all standard, man. And then just for my gate section, simple, negative 47 dB. Just really, this is all going to be to whatever you're working on when working with a particular artist. These settings aren't gonna completely work with, you know, any vocal. Depends on, like, you know what I'm saying, I was adjusting this by what microphone he used, and that's usually what I'm doing, just kind of craving the sound and making that sound, you know, do what it do. So yeah, that's just that, you know, screenshot if y'all want, do what y'all do. Right now, y'all know in every single song that I've been working on, I have been using the L-Ray. I can't get away from the L-Ray right now. The L-Ray is him. I'm still on my trial mode, but I'm gonna buy it. This is him. I'm taking it. I love the sound that it's giving it, and I love what it does for my sound, because again, I do feel like I have a certain sound that I can produce to certain artists. So shout out to my live, shout out to my stream that told me about this plugin, because y'all tell me about a lot of plugins and I end up trying them and be like, okay, this isn't so bad, I like it, I can use this for something, right? So again, we just got the threshold at like 26 dB. We got the input at 0, we got a fast attack, slow release, we got a small filter going on, and then we just got it making up by 6 right now, right? And we called that a day, right? They got some presets in here, so y'all really don't sleep on this plugin. I know it's expensive, but plugin is him for sure. And then y'all know I usually gotta go with my virtual mix rack. Always gotta put my virtual mix rack in. I've honestly nowadays I'm only using this Trident. I think it's the Trident, whatever this is right here, is what I'm using the most. I have been using this British right here sometimes, but these are like the only two that I've been using. But I'm usually 9 times out of 10 going with this now, just because it just caters to my sound when I'm mixing. It's giving it what I'm looking for. We ended up adding like some saturation, literally slight, at 6%, and I kept this at 1, so it's just kissing it. It's just literally just kissing the vocal. It ain't doing nothing crazy, right? And you know, I had to pull out the UAD pull tech. I don't think it's anything better than the UAD pull tech. If I'm using the pull tech, I'm using the UAD version. But pretty much at 10K, we just lifting up probably like a 0.5, kissing it, you know what I'm saying? Low frequency at 60 hertz and 0.5, but we're pretty much decreasing it. That's what we did on there. Simple. When you have a good recorded vocal and you have a certain sound that you already know you're accomplishing, it's very simple, guys, very simple. And then we went with the LA2A. You guys know I use this LA2A majority of the time. We only got the gain going up to like 40 dB, and then we got this compression hitting. The compression is hitting like around this -1, just so y'all know. And again, guys, I'm just going through a full mix breakdown. I will show the song here at the end. So this is just gonna be a full breakdown of me just explaining to y'all how we can, you know, how you can accomplish this sound and kind of why I'm doing it, right? SPL de-esser out. The SPL de-esser is him. You know, I'm always rocking with it. Now I'm doing some hard de-essing on this one, but with this Q3, I'm pretty much just kind of taking out some frequencies, as y'all know I usually do. I'm usually taking it out of this, I would say like the 200 to 500 range. Oh no, I'm lying. I'll say like 100 and like this 125 to 500 range is usually what I'm taking out, and this is just all by ear, so it all depends on how your vocal is sitting on the beat. But again, this is how you mix too, because you can mix totally different, and you might have to decrease stuff at 8K, 10K, however you're mixing, right? And it's not even that, it's again how the vocal was recorded, how everything was. So I'm only only knocking -1 dB at 252 hertz. Like, it's nothing crazy. And then we went with the Soothe 2. We went with the Soothe 2, pretty much harsh Vox preset. Y'all know I like to go on my presets. We kind of got some bands doing different things, doing different frequencies and whatnot, right? So this is like at 6.6. This is at about 12k hertz. We do have this kind of hitting hard because those vocals were sounding a little too bright for my liking in a sense. So I did just go ahead and kind of smash this kind of hard. Also, we got the sharpness pretty much medium, selectivity pretty much medium, and just I knocked it down by 4 dB because it was pretty loud. The vocals are pretty loud. You know, you guys know I mix pretty loud, and then I just start like adjusting stuff. So, and then after I knocked -4 dB, I end up enhancing the highs by 0.5 at 10k. So once I did all that, I added a second compressor, pretty much just put it on bluey mode. I mean, I have this hitting hard. So if you guys know, that's how I use my BX Townhouse also. I'll have it just hitting hard. Like, this is the needle's just gonna sit at -20, you feel me? I mean, it's just hitting the whole time. The vocal is just like this the whole time. So that's what I did with that compression after I enhanced it by that 0.5 dB, right? And then we added a doubler. You guys know I love adding my doubler with the S1 imager. It's a perfect combo. Pretty much all I did. And really with the S1 imager, all I do is just adjust this and I just go by ear. I go by ear. Now I have been messing with this recently, but for this song, I kept it in the middle and I just adjusted this to my liking pretty much. And for the effects, pretty much light reverb. Guys, if you know me, I'm always using this bright plate preset. For me, I like it for like trap vocals or just any simple vocals. Or really, I could do it for R&B vocals too. Just make the mix go down. The only thing that I changed with this, I actually kept this reverb time the same, but the low frequency, I lifted it up, and I lifted up this high frequency just a little bit. That's all I did, guys. That's all I did. And then for the delay, Valhalla delay, y'all know me. So I used the Valhalla delay, pretty much the same settings I would use majority of the time. Again, I didn't really add no effects. I just turned this low up, so much low end wasn't being produced into the song. And I actually turned this EQ high down a little bit, and we pretty much kept everything else the same. I just went with my BB duck. The only thing, you know, I did add this reverb to the delay, which is the same exact settings that's on the main vocals. It's just that I just turned this mix down by 50%. And then I ended up adding another doubler, but I added the doubler on the delay itself, so the delay can sound bigger, but it's still in the back end. You get what I'm saying? So let's listen to the vocal separate from everything, just to hear like what we have and how it molds all together.
Came a long way from the block, young and headed to the top. My mind is spanning. If you can't see the bigger picture, you getting cropped. Nigga.
All right, guys, and that's really pretty much about it. Simple, standard mix, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing crazy. It's you don't really have to do too much. You're moving frequencies to one wave to another, right? It's not really rocket science. And really simple vocals like these that don't require a lot of detailed work, all it's really requiring is to get a good clean cut through mix, right? You know what I'm saying? That's all it really is. So guys, you make sure you smash that like button, comment below, let me know, did we snap on this song? I would love y'all feedback, you know I would. And just subscribe if you haven't already. Let's keep growing, and I'm gonna keep trying to provide these gems to y'all.
Came a long way from the block, young and headed to the top. My mind is spanning. If you can't see the bigger picture, you getting cropped. These niggas waiting on me to flop. I'm already knowing this shit. They done gave Lil Jimm a shot. Fuck, I look like blowing the shit. He said he gon' do what to who? Gotta be lacking brain cell. I was out here serving, grinding, even when that rain fell. Nigga claim his love but never show it. Nigga, I can't tell. Took a couple losses, made a dub out of them same L.